Hello and welcome to this wild Hearthstone deck tech and gameplay video on Moutain Spirit Shaman. Moutain Spirit Shaman gets his name from the Spirit of the Mountain quest that just released with the Lost City of Ungoro. As you can see, the Spirit of the Mountain wants us to play 6 minions of unique types. When we do, we get Ashelon. Ashelon, besides being a 5-mana 8/8 with Rush, will adapt twice, and then for the rest of the game, any minions we play get those adaptations. So, what the deck wants to do is play various minions with various types on them, ideally minions that are at least okay to good in a vacuum, that also happen to have unique types, therefore progressing the quest. So later on, when you complete the quest, you use the okay quality minions plus some adaptations to hopefully sort of turn the corner from doing weird stuff and close out the game that way. One little note before we go any further to explain a seemingly unintuitive, but it kind of makes sense, quirk of Spirit of the Mountain. Murloc Growfin, as you can see, is a Murloc and would account for one of the minion types we need. Sizzling Cinder is an elemental and would count as a second type we would need. Bacards like Cinderfin are an elemental Murloc, which counts in, for the sake of this quest, the unique pairing of elemental Murloc or any other dual minion type minion you have would count as a third type. Just to sort of clear that up in case it doesn't seem like it makes the most intuitive sense off of jump. But the rest of the deck is honestly what's the word? A smorgasbord? Basically, a load of minions that you happen to like that all have various, what's the word? Typings that you can take advantage of to progress Spirit of the Mountain. Now, all of the creatures you see, all the creatures you see, I should say, you don't have to be married to the exact list. This is one of those lists, and I say this a lot, but I really mean it with this list. As long as you have the actual Spirit of the Mountain quest, you can run basically any minions you like that you have access to in your collection, as long as they have enough unique minion types to trigger the Spirit of the Mountain. In my experience, I found it better to go more than just the bare minimum of 6 needed, just to increase the consistency you can complete the quest with. But yeah, beyond whatever your particular minions you like are, there are, as usual, some just kind of generic glue cards, which are nice. Anything from interactions like Dehydrate and Tidal Wave to card draw engines like Needle Rock Totem or Mana Tide Totem, because we like card draw and it's also a minion type, or even cards like Flight of the Firehawk, which draws, as you can see, 2 minions of different types and makes them bigger. And of course, the all-star of all-star glue cards, Thrall's Gift. And that is the bare bones basics of the list. Play Spirit of the Mountain, play some creatures with elemental type, or not elemental types, play creatures with different unique types. Then when you play Ashelon, use the gained adaptations to just do more damage, to go face, or to make your board more difficult to interact with, or whatever additional angle your adaptations give. And that is the basics of the deck tech. Don't forget to like the video if you like it, subscribe if you like my grab bag of content and would like to see more in the future. And I said this before, but if you don't have X, what about Y? This is one of those lists again. You don't have to be married to the particular list. But anywho, if you leave a comment if you have sort of nice constructive comments, I'll do what I can to respond to what I see. Now, with all of that out of the way, we'll go on to game number 1. Sorry about that for the burp. Game number 1 with our Spirit of the Mountain Shaman. And honestly, this is one of those lists that is much more trying to do its own thing than it is trying to interact with your opponent's thing. So really, you're just looking for a curve. As always, Spirit on turn 1. In this case, the Cinder and the Amalgam will your turn 2. And just for reference, the all creature type is 1 creature type. It as you'll see. Actually, we'll just show you. It doesn't like do cute things and count for more than 1. They thought about that ahead of time. In the meantime, play things, go face. I have not seen a whole lot of Death Knight, but especially in Wild, like that. There we go. It's plagues. I was gonna say curses, but that's not it. But plague Death Knight is one of the lists that sees just a lot of play. It's one of those good lists that, with that 1 legendary, comes with inevitability built in. Let's see. Yeah, Mana Tide to draw. Might as well just start trading away. With any luck, you might draw the plagues before whatever her Reska, whatever her name is, that does the infinite plagues thing. Might draw them before she gets played. Might be able to get under it. Hell yeah! There we go. We didn't. My initial concern is, or my initial hope is now dashed. But one thing at a time. Sure, audio amplifier. Gonna be honest, they've kind of drawn the nuts, so we're gonna be in trouble. You can still win from this. It's just how many plagues do they shuffle in, and do you get lucky and you not draw? This is one of those you just kind of have to accept that, like, it's gonna suck for a minute. That's cool. Cinderfin's fine. You know what? I'm kind of at a point where I'm just going to say screw it and kind of ignore what they're doing. Because they're, as fun as this deck is, and it's like fine in terms of results, the forever value of plagues never going away will beat us in the late game. So at this stage, there's no point in trying to play for it. Play for the late game, I should say. Just going to try and get our quest complete. And hopefully make some good stuff happen. Treasures are a little weird, but like it works. And this is one of those lists that can be turned into a Reno list very easily. And you won't really feel like that much, I will say, pain from not being able to, what's it called? From not being able to have extra copies of it. Since you kind of have extra copies of the plagues, which are the important part to your deck anyway. Sure. Growfin. And that should complete. Yeah. Good Echelon. If Echelon could go face, it would, but it can't, so here we are. That's not great. Sure, +3 attack. And I guess Divine Shield. Part of me was hoping maybe we get like a taunt. Although, I don't think you can actually get taunt with adaptations. So yeah. One way I really think they can make the adaptations better is just to include things like taunt and rush. Just add 2 into the pool, and I feel like the deck would be like much better off. The deck certainly is doing things. Doing some trading, which is fine. And they're gonna, yeah, we're gonna. There's a lot of plagues floating around in our deck, which is not the greatest. Yeah, we gotta dehydrate something. That helps. I guess we'll do Cinderfins. Cinder's here. Just hopefully all this extra attack can, like, maybe help us kind of threaten our opponent more. Unless I'm crazy, I don't think I have seen a duplicate, so they might be sitting on a Reno here. Which would be very frustrating, because we're going to be honest, if Reno Lone Jack, the hero power one, comes out, it's going to be rough. Oh, man. Kind of doing the thing I really don't like. Where their deck is 100% very good. It's just one of those decks that can kind of do everything, so like... It's a deck that can do everything. So it's one of those that now, if you're like strapped for cash, you can make a deck like this, and it'll you will, odds are, will never have to update it meaningfully for the foreseeable future. And if you play enough to get, you know, the odd golden pack here, hi Cap, floating around, then you'll be able to also what's the word? You will also be able to, like, upgrade little bits here and there, even when you kind of have to change, and that's assuming you even have to. I would say, like, we're doing good damage and we're, like, really threatening our opponent, but I'd be very surprised if they don't have some sort of answer. If I were a betting man, I'd put my dollar on the It's a Reno deck thing. Yeah, that's cool. Do what you gotta do, my man. That's cool. Hang on. Discover Undead. Reduces cost by this menu's attack. I might... It's an odd one. I think we are going to Tidal Wave and just go face. Dog losing his mind. I apologize. I mean... Is there a world in which we actually, like... One moment. And we're back. What did I miss? Dog barking again. Trading hits. Trade in. 2 damage. 1 there, 1 there. 1. Okay, cool. We're alive. I guess... Yeah, we'll do a Xavius. Maybe we find something interesting. Growfin's kind of nice. That'll do. Again, pardon the dog. He's just not going to stop, apparently, so... Got a trade here. Guess we can look for more Murloc. Well, no. Maybe some good demons. Well, that's not... one. Sure, Piper. That's... Okay. Okay. Okay, big scary board. It's one of those. We are threatening lethal if they don't have an answer, but I'd be very surprised if they don't have said answer. Drawing cards. Luckily, I'm up to 10 card or 11 cards now. So even if I draw plagues, they actually get burnt up to overdraw before they trigger. Okay. I did not expect to win that, but sure, we'll take that. And this list, it's one of those... I don't think this quest is, like, designed well enough to... I kind of say this a lot, so bear with me. This is one of those lists that is fun for somebody like me, who likes to build decks and likes to brew. And if you like to do that too, you can have a lot of fun with a list like this. But if you are looking to, you know, climb to the, like, it's not legend. Yeah, no, it is Legend, and yeah, if you're looking to climb the top ranks of Legend with this list or any version of a Spirit of the Mountain list, I don't think this is going to happen. But if you like to have fun, the list is pretty good for that. Now, on to game number 2. And game number 2 with our Spirit of the Mountain Shaman. This is... I mean, it's a good hand regardless. We're going to throw back the Mana Tide. I don't need 2 totems in my opening hand. Since we need, you know, again, the unique minion types. I was kind of hoping for a little more... Okay. A little more aggressive opener, but okay, we'll take that. Is our opponent running an elemental mage? Because spoilers for the next Hearthstone video, as of this recording, there is an update to, hell yeah, to Elemental Mage that you will see on the channel in the next Hearthstone video. That's one of those lists that I've always really enjoyed, and it's pretty strong, and every once in a while it gets like a new upgrade to make it even better. In the meantime, I was going to say I was gonna play the totem, but I think it's smarter to just coin and dehydrate, getting rid of the Revenant, because I know that can really run away with games if left unanswered from my own testing. Let's see, you got the Gyre Worm, Shale Spider, that's fine, or Gyre Worm, however it's pronounced. Doing pretty good. Having a tidal wave in our hand like this is lovely for moments like this. Do we do this now? No, we'll do a flight. Why not? See what we find. Also fine. Could play the Cloud Serpent and get an extra copy of the Amalgam of the Deep. Since while the Amalgam creature type, or the all creature type, counts itself for our quest, the Cloud Serpent does count the alls for elementals or dragons. Yeah, Cloud Serpent it be. Go ahead and trade away the Black Knight. Elemental Mage doesn't really have, at least I can think of, any elementals with taunt that you'd want to run. But they're also running Forge cards, so their list is not like mine, which is fine. Tar Slime's pretty good, even though it might not seem like the most exciting of cards. We will do the Harkener of Dread. Just a big taunt thing that's going to not only progress our quest, help us sort of stabilize a board that's kind of getting away from us, but again, we have the tidal wave we can eventually walk into. Oh, okay. Okay. How does that work? Hang on. Oh, if you played it when you choose the target. I'm sorry. I thought that was a different thing. Never actually seen this card played in person. Gonna trade. You might as well. There you go. Yeah, okay, that's not fantastic. You know, I was talking mad crap about the Black Knight not having a thing to get rid of. God, I want to. Hang on, what are we at? But we need to interact with our opponent's board, or at least put up walls of our own. Curator draws 3, 8 goes to 7, 7 goes to 10. It's worth it. If nothing else, just for the taunt. And drawing 1 cost like the Amalgams do help. While we do love to get the echelon down as quick as possible, there are moments like this where sometimes you gotta, like, be a little slower in order to not die. That's fine, right? Still can play the totem and play a Needle Rock. Get some armor and a card draw. cute. What do we play here that changes this? Do we have regular Murloc? Okay, we don't. So we can play Needle Rock. Play Growfin. Unfortunately, there's... Hang on. I'm not going to overdraw the Ashlon. Which is good. Trade into the biggest thing we can. What do we do here? Honestly, I think I'll play the other Needle Rock. Just trying to get as much armor as I can. Look for Murlocs, since they're better in a vacuum. Seer is great on a board like this. That's fantastic, actually. My god. We're going to start burning stuff, but, like, we have the quest reward, and we're alive. Or are we alive? Hang on, 7-3. Less alive. 7-3, 16, 18, 18, 6, 24. I think we're dead. Okay, we're very dead now. And that's, like, fine. This is one of those... Wow, my god. I mean, well played from our opponent. I don't mind losing to an elemental mage list. It's always a lot of fun. And this is just one of those... Our deck is a lot more slowy, and I guess you can call it grindy, and elemental mage, kind of by design of some of, like, the payoff cards, has a lot more big spikes in its game plan of, like, being strong and then taking turns off to build and strong and build. And if you can't answer one of the big, like... or one of the big spikes in power, you're going to be in for a rough time. And a list like this does struggle. There's just no way around it. But I still had fun with the list, and I think you would too. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you like my grab bag of content and would like to see more in the future. And if you have any sort of questions, like, I don't have X, what about Y, or other generally nice comments, go ahead and leave those down in the comments below, and I'll respond to what I see. Again, one quick note, I talked about it in the deck tech, and I'm going to hammer the point home now. As long as you have the quest, you don't have to be married to the exact list. Just run creatures you either like, have access to, or you think are good, that all, have enough unique tribes to make the quest work. And then at that point, you'll do fine. Anywho, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.